We are very lucky today that we have a number of current students with us, and we are going to start out by just kind of having them each share a little bit about themselves. And so the first question, I'll put it in the chat as well, but the first question that we would like is for the panel to introduce yourselves, tell us the year you started the program, your profession, and your dissertation title or your research area. So I'm going to ask that we start out with Yumi.
Hi, my name is Yumi Kawasaki. I am a year 3 student. I believe we started in 2022. And I am currently a principal at Edwin Markham Middle School in Watts. My dissertation title is Vamos a Chismear, Chismear, the intersection of social media and chisme.
Perfect, thank you so much. So now, Kia.
Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Kia Johnson, getting used to that. I am in cohort 20. We started in January 2022. I'm going to be completely biased and say probably the greatest cohort that LMU has ever had, but again, just a little biased. But I am currently Senior Director of Pre-K-12 Professional Development and Evaluations at the Center for Applied Linguistics, a nonprofit in Washington, D.C. And my dissertation title is called Bless Your Heart Leadership, a contextually responsive approach to Title III implementation in low incidence districts of a new destination state.
Perfect, thank you so much, Kia. Tanya.
Hi, everyone. I am Tanya Taylor. I am in cohort 22, started in January of 2024. So I think I just finished kind of like my first full year. So I am currently the assistant head of school at Independent School out in Oakland in the Bay Area. And this fall, I will be just starting kind of my dissertation research. So I don't have a title yet, but my area of study or the topic that I would like to focus on is mass incarceration and kind of its impact on Black students, and thinking about more specifically wanting to focus on Black students who go through the juvenile justice system and how they're integrated back into the education system.
Thank you so much. Kristen.
Thanks. Hi, I'm Kristen Louis Martinez, and I am part of cohort 21. We started in now I'm forgetting January 2023. And I am currently a full-time math professor at Santa Monica College, and I hold like various leadership positions there. My dissertation title is The Institutionalization of DEIA in California Community Colleges, and I'm looking at how faculty tenure processes and evaluations have changed by including DEIA competency into the evaluations.
Thank you. Stormy.
Hi, my name is Dr. Stormy Sutton. I'll join in there with Kia. We'll be walking together on Friday and Sunday, and I'm very excited about that. I too share in the cohort 20 hubris. I think we are an amazing, well-bonded cohort, so it does happen in this digital space. We started our program again in January of 2022, which feels like forever ago. I am currently an elementary principal and an adjunct professor at Chico State. And my dissertation title is The Evolution of Working Women's Needs, the Impact of Capitalism, Sexism, and the Feminization of Teaching on 4 generations of California public educators.
Thank you. And just to note that Stormy's dissertation just received a grand prize from LMU's Hannon Library. So it's a very big honor. So big cheers to her. Right. And last but not least, Rebecca.
Hi, my name is Rebecca. I started LMU in January of 2023. and my research is called So All Students Learn and Thrive. It's a study on K-12 multi-tiered system of supports.
Great, thank you so much. All right, so now we're going to move on to our second question, and that would be, why did you choose LMU? So out of all of the different doctoral programs, why did you decide to pursue an EdD, and then also why at LMU? Maybe this time we can go in reverse order, and we'll start with Rebecca.
My friend Leda Garcia also went through the program and she recommended it to me. She said the staff was really supportive, and I really found that to be true. But I think one of the biggest reasons is the commitment to social justice, and you'll see not a lot of, no other program has a really explicit social justice vision and mission. And especially during these times, I'm really glad that I picked a program that, specialized in that. And I also think the Zoom aspect of it, the online aspect of it was really important to me. And, I feel like the Zoom, having the virtual component, it didn't take away from my experience. I felt like the rigor was still there, but it was really helpful in my work-life study balance.
Okay, thank you. Stormy.
I can definitely agree with that. To go to the EdD versus PhD conversation, I spent a lot of time kind of understanding what that difference is and determined that I wanted to invest in something that was really practical and applicable to the field that I'm directly working in and serving. And so I knew I wanted to go that route. And similar to what Rebecca stated, I just was very inspired by LMU's long-term commitment to social justice. I applied for this program very soon after 2020, after the Black Lives Matter movement, and there was a lot of performative action happening, but you can go back and see that LMU has had this program for a very long time, and I felt inspired and wanted to join an institution that was really rooted in those and meant those things. And as we see in our current times, they are still holding true and fast to those commitments, and I feel very honored to be an alumni of this institution.
Thank you, Stormy. Kristen.
Yeah, I worked at LMU before I became a student at LMU. And one of the things that struck me the most was the commitment to the mission. And I swear I didn't coordinate this, but that was the first slide that Leticia showed. And it is infused in everything that is done at LMU. And then going back to what Stormy was mentioning about the commitment to social justice, it is so evident in this program. And when I talked to my friends who are in other EdD programs, it made me realize that having that part in the degree title of EdD and social justice, it attracts a certain group of people. And so we were all starting at least with this understanding and commitment to social justice, which then I think creates those bonds that we formed, even though it's online. So that was one thing that attracted me to it. And I'll also admit though, like I applied for the in-person. So location was a thing for me, and I was wanting to talk to people in person, but going to back to what Rebecca had said, the online component is very convenient. And yeah, I agree. It was still very rigorous.
Great, thank you so much. Right, Tanya.
I think I echo what a lot of people have already said about the program. Definitely when I was looking for a program, thinking about like the faculty and the fact that there is a very diverse faculty was something that was important to me. And also, like everyone else said, the commitment to social justice. I also kind of like echo that same sentiment in looking at where we are right now as a country, that I feel that it's very important for me to be in this program and do the work that I'm doing right now in particular. And I think the online component, I am not down south in LA, and so I am up in the Bay Area. So that was also something that was really important to me. I'm also a single mom, and so navigating being a mom and an administrator, definitely this program has allowed me to still put those things kind of being able to stay committed to doing the things with my daughter has been something that's important. And I feel like this program has allowed that because of the times for the scheduling for the classes, and just also like the flexibility and the understanding of the faculty, I feel like has been something that has been really important to me.
Thank you so much. Great. Kia.
Okay, so everybody has voiced a lot of what has been said. So I'm going to kind of say, yes, the longevity and the focus on social justice, 20 plus years being a leader in that field was very big for me. But I think even on top of that, once I joined LMU, what helped me stay, because I was in a cohort during a time where I did not know that I would finish, is the size of the cohort and the one-to-one and the community space. It's rooted in service and community in the program, in the courses with the professors. And it really was like getting on Zoom with family every week for 3 years. And it was because of that environment that I stayed. I did not alter my timeline. I had very huge losses in this program and wanted to just drop it. And my cohort will tell you, like, they lifted me up and we made it through. So it was the history of the program, but then the environment, the community. Once you're in the program, you can really show up for one another. And I live on the East Coast. I do not live in California. I've only been in California twice. But yet there are 3 students on this panel that I have chatted with. 2 I've met in person, even being from the East Coast, and the community just really made a difference, and made sure that I made it to completion. And I don't know that I would have stayed if I was in a program somewhere else during the things that I was going through.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to mention that Kia is this year's award winner of the Arupe Doctoral Student Award for Inclusive Excellence and Social Justice, that's issued by the Office of the Provost. So a huge honor for her. And then in addition to that, Kia, Rebecca, and Tanya are all Jackson Scholars, and the Jackson Scholars Program is through the University Council for Educational Administration. And it's a program where students who are in doctoral programs who are thinking about joining the professoriate are engaged in mentorship, and they have opportunities to attend 2 conferences a year and also to share their research. So I believe that's where Kia had the opportunity to meet with
Rebecca and Tanya.
yeah, exactly. Thank you so much. All right, so that will help to hopefully give you a little bit of background info about our esteemed panel. So now we are going to.
I forgot. You forgot me.
Forgot Yumi.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Yumi. So sorry.
And I do have to mention that along with everything that has been said, the price was also a big factor for me. I did apply to or look into other programs. Cal State's was probably 3 times as expensive. So the fact that it is a private school can sometimes be deceiving, but the price was right for us. It's also been, and like I said, along with the core values of LMU, I am an alum for my my undergrad. I'm a LMU mom. My husband and I got married in the chapel. I was looking forward to taking the courses in person because I love the campus. And so it's just been part of the joy every time I'm on campus. It's like so fulfilling. And being a parent, the support that my daughter got during her illness and just the family environment that happens on campus, and also I've received virtually. So it's definitely my school of choice.
Thank you, Yumi, and I'm so sorry for overlooking you. Okay, so now we would like to open up the floor to some Q&A. So if you have any questions about any of the information that you heard from Leticia, or any questions for any of the panelists, maybe we can use the raised hand emoji. Questions. Oop, let's see. I think Lizette was first. I think I see 2 hands up right now.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lizette Vizcaya, also an LMU alumni. I received my master's in 2020. So as Yumi said, LMU is just home. So going off of what Yumi said, I was interested in knowing more if anyone is like open to share how they funded their doctorate aside from like that scholarship that you're awarded. Did you guys apply to any outside scholarships? Was it strictly loans? Did you do a payment plan? Like, if anyone would just like to share their personal experience, I would appreciate that.
I can answer that. For me, like I said, there's 3 of us in college at my home, so definitely did accept a lot of the loans, but even the loans I haven't had to take out a whole lot of loans, and I don't think I've made a single payment of anything.
I would also say, in addition to the scholarship, that's also how I'm funding mine, is also through the Grad Plus loans.
Same. I got a couple scholarships when I was still in the classroom through the CTA, but loans as well.
Same for me as well. If I had started this program about 2 years later, my employer has recently started a professional development fund for us. So I could have been using that towards tuition, but that just started last year and all of our things had already been billed. So, but they are allowing me to use it to offset some of my dissertation editing costs and things. So that is very helpful.
Thank you.
Hey, Lamont.
Hi, thank you guys for sharing and congratulations to all the graduates. And my question was for the lady. I didn't write down her name, but she talked about the rigor. And I just kind of wondered if she could tell us a little bit more about the rigor part, because, if there's one thing I know, about graduate school is that nobody prepared me for the volume of work that this is, or has been, And so if I'm experiencing it, at this level, I would imagine that a doctorate is, even more intense. So if somebody could just speak to that, I appreciate it.
Can I answer quickly? It wasn't me who said rigor, but I'd love to like maybe give a good idea of the manageability of the program. Because yes, it is rigorous. There's writing and research and things, but I am a mother of 5. Both of my parents and a grandparent passed away while I was in this program, and I'm graduating on time with my cohort. So while it is rigorous, it is a lot of work. The passion you have for the work. And another thing that I liked about this program, because there's a program at a university that's local to me, but the structure of that program is a capstone, and they group you and they kind of pick some topics and you research what they tell you to research essentially. But because this is a program where you get to bring your passion to the program and you choose your research focus, you choose your study, it is what feeds you that you study. You don't notice the rigor, if that makes sense, because it's hard work. So it's work that you want to do anyway. It's why you joined the program. It's why you wanted to lead in the field. So it was very manageable, and the scheduling of the classes made it feel a little less intense. Like I said, I'm on the East Coast. I'm 3 hours behind time, but we had class once a week, maybe once every other week, and we had asynchronous most of the rest of the time. So it was all about my own self-management. But I was able to do it all and finish on time. So I don't know if that helps explain the rigor of the program, but with all that I had going on, it was doable.
It does help a lot. Thank you.
yeah, just to like add on to that, it's a lot of reading, a lot of writing, but it's high rigor with high support. And I think that's the best combination, because then you're through all of the reading and through all of the writing that you're doing, like I've come out on the other side and it has changed how I look at things for sure. And it was worth all of those hours of reading and writing. But to then also know that the professors have your back, like if there are any issues, I never hesitated to reach out to my professors.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like but so my school site had a on-site shooting, and I had to pivot a little bit, and my professors were totally understanding of that. Um so I think, yeah, all the rigor isn't meant to scare you. Just remember there's a lot of support in this program for sure.
And if I could just add, because it's culturally relevant and based in social justice, it was enjoyable. And it was like Kristen said, it's stuff that just really, for me, it was relevant to the work that I do.
I
I
want
feel
to
like
kind of, oh, sorry. Go
you
ahead.
go, Tanya.
No, I just wanted to kind of echo what Yumi was saying, because I think that for me in particular, there have been quite a bit of classes that I have taken that have been really relevant to the actual work that I am currently doing. And so with being at a school site, and I think that that was also helpful for me to be able to kind of get through the work, was because I felt like I was in the process of also gaining knowledge that I could currently use at my school site. So that was something that I felt like was really helpful. I will say that it is probably important to pick like a specific day, or pick days that you want to sit down and do readings and like stick to that schedule, because if it can become overwhelming if you try to kind of push all of it to the end. So really to like keep a schedule and stay on track with that, I think that it's manageable if you're able to like really stick to a schedule in terms of like getting the assignments done.
Tanya said everything I was going to say. The only thing I will add, I agree with her 100%. Is just that the rigor makes you better. I never thought I looked at myself as a writer before LMU, and now I think of myself as a writer. I want to write a book. Whoever would have thought that before LMU? The classes are tailored, and just pick a day. I'm a busy principal. It's exhausting. I play with kids all day. So Saturdays were my day, and I committed to 4 years of Saturdays. I gave up those Saturdays, but as a result, the program was super manageable. I knew I couldn't work during the week, and that just worked for me. So once you find that schedule and you stick to it, you'll be totally fine.
Great, thank you